what are some key elements of the Bubbles R Us stores? I mean, again, you've got 5, it's a chain. What are some things that are in every store, and why are these elements so critical?
Is this more from a design aspect or just in general?
I'm talking from a design aspect. Yeah.
So this, of course, I can't take full credit for this. My wife, Amy, she got involved in the first design in 2015, meaning the first design that she did. And what she brought to the table was something that I was never able to bring, which was, taking the typical look and feel of a laundromat and really just accelerating it to something that is more trendy, something that, people of a younger generation are going to really appreciate and be able to sit down in there and love it. And I think that design aspect, kind of trying to understand the trends of today and trying to understand your clientele, you have to think about it, right? There's different generations that are going to come into that laundromat, and you want to make sure that you're not just designing it to target a specific generation. And what's even harder is you have to really put aside what you would like from a design. Maybe in your home, you like certain colors or you like certain, things when you're designing. You kind of have to get that out of your head and just say, no, I'm not designing my house. This is not a house that I'm living in. This is a facility that other people are going to spend 3 or 4 hours a day in. And so by hiring a design architect, luckily mine happened to be my wife, but I would, highly recommend that everyone really hires a design architect, somebody who is, fluent in the new trends of today and really making the design more geared towards the newer generations and things like that. So I think this is a very key critical item for the design.
Right. Well, what do you try to do with the design of your stores that's a little more unique or a little more current? I know I've got one store, you've got the rolling garage doors,
yes,
which kind of open up everything and gives it that open feel, which I think is a great idea. What types of things do you try to do or have you done that worked well that you thought?
What we like to do in all of our locations, number one, is to try and almost standardize. So meaning, it's not like walking to a Subway where everything is exactly the same, right? We do make things different, but we have certain elements that are the same. The layout of the machine, right? So typically, what we like to do from a flow perspective is we almost try to create 2 separate stores into one. And what I mean by that is we'll have a bank of dryers on the right and a bank of dryers on the left and your machines in the middle. What that allows to do is basically it almost creates 2 identical stores. So this way, when you think about it from the flow perspective, when people design a store and they put all of the dryers in the back of the store. So think about what that means for flow. All of my people are now washing in the front of the store, and when they're done, they're all going to the same location in the back to try and dry. And so you're not going to have an easy flow. So that's one of the things that we try to do is always think about the flow. Think about if you were a customer, if you were in that laundromat, and this is actually one of the things that I do. So my wife does the aesthetics. I do the flow. I do the layout. Where am I going to put this? And part of what I do when I lease a new space is I actually spend a couple of hours walking around and starting to put like empty boxes where I would think, okay, this is where the dryers are going to be. And then I walk around and I act like I'm a customer. I walk into the door, and then what am I going to do when I walk into the door? Where's the office going to be? How far do I have to walk to get to the office? And then from there, so should I put different change machines in different areas? So, thinking like the customer, understanding the flow for the customer and how is it going to feel is extremely, extremely important. You want to design something where you're not creating bottlenecks. You want to design something where people feel comfortable, where they have adequate space and they feel comfortable. And then from the aesthetic perspective, what we try to do is, again, we have that consistency. So there's some similarities. So this way the brand name is recognizable. So when you come in, you know what to expect in the Bubbles R Us. But we also like to do something a little cool, which is we like to do things that pertain to the area that we're in. So what I mean by that is, for example, when we opened up our Linden, New Jersey facility, Linden, our space is literally right behind an airport. And so what we did is we made the design inside with airplanes and we did like the airport theme. In our third out location with the rolling door that you mentioned, the garage door, there is a soccer field right across where there's constantly people playing soccer. So we made the design inside about soccer. Our most recent location in Paterson, New Jersey. Paterson, New Jersey is very well known, which a lot of people don't know, for they have like this amazing waterfall park. And so we did that. The reason why we like to do that is because we feel that when you're highlighting, a very key component of the community that you're in, people appreciate that. People are always very, they have a lot of pride about where they live. And so when you highlight that, it it makes them feel happy. It makes them feel good that, oh, yeah, we love the Linden Airport. It's very unique to our neighborhood. We love the Patterson Falls. It's very unique. And so you're almost agreeing with them and saying, yes, we do agree. It is unique, and that's why we're including it in our design. And it gives us a little bit of the uniqueness of that when you walk into Bubbles, there's gonna be something about the area that we're in, and so people are always excited to see what it is and what it's gonna look like.
Right, right. It's a great way to kind of make yourself more part of the fabric of the community and ingratiate yourself to the community that you serve. And
Absolutely.
it's a respect thing too. Absolutely.